And just like that, the final episode of the recording session has begun. Welcome back to VA-11 Hall A Cyberpunk Bartender Action. I'm your host, MegaShadowFist, Ysbryd Video Games, Ysbryd Commentary, and this could potentially be the final episode of the series. I don't know. Like, I know there's still some stuff. We haven't gotten to the party and everything yet, unless like the party is the ending. In which case, yeah. Anyway, I believe I'm 80% certain that this is going to be the final episode of the recording session. Well, this is the final episode of the recording session, but I'm 80% certain that this is going to be the finale of the series. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this series, ladies and gentlemen, and if this is not the final episode, this is going to sound really awkward, but it was fun. Huh. And checking that, I found that it's all based on how humans work. And that got me thinking about what you said. I mean, for my systems to work, humans had to understand how they work. And after all those discoveries, they're not any more or less artificial. Why should I be? I don't know. Looking up all of that suddenly made me feel real. It was the opposite of what I felt last time. I feel like I'm here right now. Glad to hear that. Alright then, let's try something sweet now. Something sweet, that's more like it. So sweet. I always think sweet is a type for some reason. Sweet. We'll go with a... Well, she loves her piano woman. Let's give her the piano woman. For 5, 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all aged and mixed. 1, 2, stop. Serve. Here. Ah, nice! To be honest, it's a bit surreal for me. What? I'm here talking to you and you're answering like any human would. You're even expressing happiness. I remember when I was a kid, I usually tried to strike conversations with AIs. But after a bit, they just start looping through their built-in answers, repeating the same things over and over. That always made me crash back into reality. When I think back to that, having such advanced AIs like you here right now, it's amazing. I don't know, it makes my inner child happy to see something she always dreamt of. It helps when I feel particularly cynical. Aw, you flatter me! Besides, I've always thought about humans like nature's Lilum. The method might have been different, but we too evolved from a more simple form ages ago. If Lilum managed to create biological life years from now, it will all have come full circle. So what should I take from this? So what I should take from this is... You love me? Don't overdo it. Anything else? Let's go with a sugar rush. Okay. A sugar rush, alright. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world in the 7 seas, everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you, some of them want to be used by you, some of them want to abuse you, some of them want to be abused, serve. Here. Even in doubt, my love for these is real. How romantic. So I take it the solipsist problem got solved? Yep. All of the reality crisis started the other day. My guardian... Call her mom, nobody's judging you. Okay, so, sorry about that, I had to make a cut there for a second. Yeah. So, let's get back into things. What was I doing? Even doubt my love for this is real. Did I advance the text dialogue? Come on, guardian. Mom decided to meet with the mother of her daughter's girlfriend. It was a very emotional meeting. They both said they felt like they closed a long chapter. I was moved, but that's when it set in. Why was I moved? I never met any of them, so where do these feelings come from? Why do I feel things? Do I really feel them? What tells me someone else isn't pressing a button to make me feel that? What tells me I'm in my body? What is real? Boom! Oh, don't worry by the way, I'm fine. Thank God, it's unnatural to see you down like that. Man, that goal is a blast! Don't you feel like taking a bit more? Don't you feel like talking a bit more like Dee Dee? Dee Dee's too much of a brick and Golo's tired. Besides, I want to talk with the bartenders. Oh, fuck. Well, I tried. Jill, I'll be in my office. Cute little girl, love 'em. Cam girl! Oh, fiddlesticks. What's your name, girl? I'm Dorothy Hayes, at your service. Do you come here often? Are you hitting on me? Hey, Dorothy, I'm in the middle of a live stream. Do you want to participate? Sure, sounds fun. Okay, let's take a recommendation from you. What should I drink next? Try the Sugar Rush. Bartender, a Sugar Rush over here. Bartender! Sorry, what? Sugar Rush, please. Right. Sugar Rush. Again. Oh, poor Jill. You'll never escape. 1, 2, 1P, all mixed. 1, 2, 3, stop. Serve. Here. Good choice, Dorothy! Yay! So, wrong voice. So, what are you doing in my turf? Streaming, John. Yes? No, I mean, that's what she calls herself. Man, that's a tacky name. Yeah, but it's my tacky name. Actually, that's not really my name. Surprise. What's your real name then? Behind Streaming John's awesome mask lies the humble Nicole Ching. Chen. What's with Drive Me Wild? Why is it doing that? Okay, anyway. Nicole Ching. Humble. Wait, isn't she? Hold on. Let me see. Let me look up Sukeban Games right now. Sukeban Games, because I know that they've like inserted themselves into the game. Because let's see, you have like Kiririn. It was founded by Kiririn51 and Iron Lark. So yeah, like Kiririn inserted himself into it. But I could have sworn I saw like a third person in there at one point. Like didn't I? Like I could have sworn that I saw like a third person at one point, like someone else. Let's see. About features, learn. Yeah, I can't find anything. Yeah, I can't find it. I can't find anything. Oh no. About? No, here's something else. Kiririn, Iron Lark, and then Juneji. Anyway. But I feel like I've heard that name before somewhere. Maybe I'm just making things up. Anyway. Humble. Why not call yourself Streaming Ching? It's funny that you mention it. You see, when I started call myself Nico Nico, when I started, I called myself Nico Nico Ching. Huh. Well, of course, because whatchamacallit. I changed one side so a name felt a bit out of place, thus I became Streaming Chin. Everyone nicknamed me Streaming Chong though, so I just went along with it. Oh yeah, I get it. At one point, I was gonna call myself Dolores Hayes. Dolores, interesting. But then I realized that the name was as subtle as a brick to the face. Huh? Dolores Hayes? The name was a sort... What? Anyway, I'm here because the last time I came, I ended up with greater viewer numbers than usual. And so I wanted to treat my loyal audience again. Oh, I see. Well, you came to the right place, especially if you're looking for some comfy fun. Honey here might seem harsh, but you just need to crack her shell. Shut up. See? You just need to say the right thing at the right time and she becomes a sweetheart. Quiet, you. Don't play hard to get, you know it's true. Hey, Stream Girl. That's me. I'll regret asking this, but don't you have a sponsor? It's weird that it's been this long without some advertisement. I have, but you see, the contract with them expired, so Marvin, the business guy or whatever, had to make a new one. He was gonna send the draft to his lawyer and said it had a couple of additions, but let's say he got too excited with my VR model and the contract became unreadable. Oh, so he used the contract to... Yep, he got it into a pair of panties and rubbed it vigorously on his penis. mean, you expect certain principle to be upheld even in the adult VR industry. I reported him and he got fired, but now they're looking for a new business person thing. Like, I love, like, you can just, like, how quiet I get. Like, legitimately quiet I get. I should have oh, man. Like, I was... What the heck? Honestly, I think the paper cuts all over his dick are punishment enough. But, I mean, why the contract? I don't mind if he doesn't have to admit to me, but the contract? That's money that you're clearly right there. I would have come back on the deal were it not for their owner paying me a visit and apologizing profusely. Some people seriously... Dick paper cuts. I've got enough crazed teacher fantasies to know how they can be a problem. I don't think you need to have experience to understand that. That said, Gil's been grimacing for a full minute now. Don't mind me. But, you know, I like you, Dorothy. Why don't we celebrate with the beers? My treat. All right. 2 big beers, honey. Now I need 2 big beers. All right, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And mix and stop. You know that you did it correctly if you have all 20 slots filled up. That's how you know that you did a big beer. Pro tip from one bartender to another in case you guys ever decided to get the game yourself. 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, stop. Or I suppose you know that you did it right if you mix it and a beer comes out, right? But like, oh, that doesn't necessarily mean that you did a big beer. You could have done a small beer by accident. Serve. Here. Cheers. Cheers. All right, I'm on my tongue on my feet. Time to get lewd. Did I hear lewd? Do you have any stories? This will be a treat for non-premium members. I once met a guy that insists on doing it in a jacuzzi. Like Amanda's jacuzzi? He didn't mind being in previous time, so I started setting up the cameras. And man, was it a challenge? I wasn't just gonna stream over the water, I just wanted some underwater action too. What did you do with the bubbles and all? That was the least of the problems. We just turned the jets off. But not only did I have to make sure underwater cover, I also had to keep in mind the heat. Heat doesn't come with cameras. Did you try chilling the camera a bit and putting it in the back with some filling? We made something more convoluted. We took a small cooler, opened a hole for the lens, and sewed it with plastic. I made sure things looked good through the cam and started recording. Threw in some cooling packs and sealed the fuck out of the cooler. Didn't need any weight? Yep, luckily the guy was into bodybuilding, so we used some old dumbbells. He was also wrecked as fuck, but that's another story. It was all a success, but it's also last time I had sex in a jacuzzi. Blood rushing hot water, I felt like I was dying midway through it. Thank God he decided to reserve the action out of the water midway through it, or Al would have surely died. At least the guy didn't burn himself. What do you mean? Last time I had sex in a jacuzzi, my body got so hot the guy almost burned his dick. I consider investing in a cooling system, but it's so situational expensive that I'll pass. Besides, those cooling systems require too much maintenance. Wait, I think I should leave, but care to join me in his excavation for the rest of the night? Can I plug my services at the end of the night? Sure. Then count me in. I've got the perfect stories. Let us be on our way then. Goodbye, bartender. Bye, honey. Well, let's start the story. You see, there was this mega Santa. Wait, seriously? They left. A pair made in hell, as opposed to a match made in heaven. At least they look like they're having fun. That method of filming underwater sounded convoluted as fuck, though. Okay, it is getting really dark in here. 1 second. Okay, I am back, and yeah, I had to turn on the light because that That was something. Because I'm recording this a bit later than I normally do because I wanted to finish part 5 of JoJo, so I forgot how late I was recording, and I just noticed it got super dark in here. Anyway, it doesn't help that it was super cloudy today, so it was a bit darker than normal anyway, but still, anyway. But anyway, as I was saying, as like a Let's Player and stuff, I've done some pretty convoluted setups before too. Like, you'd be amazed at just how, there's all this super expensive stuff out there for like filmmaking and recording videos and whatnot that's out there, and it's very simple to use, but you can get away with doing stuff if you're on a budget, Like, if there's a will, there's a way. That method of filming underwater is kind of convoluted as fuck, though. But I guess it's hard to keep a cool head when you're horny. We're done, boss! Man, don't you just feel great? Were we in the same place? Here, Jill. What's this? A bonus. Today I got a taste of the kind of clients you deal with, and keep it up. Well, tomorrow's a big day, so get ready. That goes for both of you. Alright, Employee of the Month. So I guess I was just being paranoid with the streaming channel thing, because I don't know. Total earnings, 47,170. Drinks total, 600. Mistake, 0. Commission, 30%. Today's payment, 180. Tip, 750. Flawless service bonus, 500. Either I'm getting old or that girl was too much even for me. $600. Today's total transfer, 2,030. Total funds, 9,970. Cool. You have no notifications or reminders. Happy New Year! May all your wishes come true in a new bountiful year filled with health and joy. Happy New Year. Actually, it was just New Year. Actually, this is the first recording session that I'm doing in 2017. It was just New Year, 2 days ago at the time of recording this. Oh, I forgot to wish you guys a Happy New Year in this series, didn't I? I did it in Dual Destinies because that one episode went live on New Year. But no, this episode will be going out on that Monday, which will be the 9th, right? So it's a bit late, but still, Happy New Year, Happy 2017, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, nothing new. The augmented eye is down for maintenance. Sorry for the inconvenience. Dongere. Thank you. Thank you, admin Chris. We wanted to stop the epic memeing for a while to say thank you. Big thanks to each and every one of you who bought this game. Thank you for reaching up to this point into the game. Thank you for reaching up to this point in the game. Thanks for all your tweeting, all your questioning, through Tumblr, all the emails, etc, etc. Even though we couldn't answer every single thing, we can't stress how much we appreciate all the messages we got. Thank you very much. The road was rocky. Things weren't as smooth as we had hoped around the end of development. We even had some people actively trying to sabotage our work. But like Big Match John, we beat the odds and kicked out it too. Admin Fairfair, thanks for reading through all of my nonsense. Hope it wasn't too heavy-handed. Sukeban, let's fill the world with badass cuties. Weird message. Yeah, because she has no idea what's going on. And here? That's it. Oh man. That's it. Let's go ahead and save over slot 1, it looks like. Now let's go ahead and go to work, except we're not really going to work. We're just, Saturday, December 31st. Whoops. No. How did that happen? Well, let's see. Gil is in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agreed to work on New Year's if I went to pick it up for myself. Are you alright? I'm scared. Gabby will show up at any minute. Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that. Drink something, maybe that will cheer you up. Maybe. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A big one, a reward for after everything's said and done. Jill can't take that, can't turn that down. Not from the boss. Gotta go, you can do it! Right. Everything's fine. I am Jill... I was about to say Jill Valentine. I am Julianne Stingray and I'm fine! You've been avoiding this for all these years, and now it's time to face it head on. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay. Hello? Gabby. Come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Vallhalla. Hey! I mean, that's, Jill and Gabby. Oh, okay. Hey! I don't know. You talk first. No, well... Some days ago, I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that it was from your sister. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know. I never opened it. At least not until now. Huh? I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yep. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to her, she sends me a letter. A fucking letter of all things. And she just says, sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not taking all these years? For not talking all these years? Ugh, now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Sorry, I remember all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day. And you were pissed about the lack of 3. Or the last time you left an unopened beer bottle at the table. She sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere though. She did express to me that she was sorry for on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yep. Thing is, apparently she suffered that since she was 18 but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know, I was eager to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? Was that it? Wait, how did she live so normally then? She had to use her serum, shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shots even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark? And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find out what made her so vulnerable. Doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots have made her defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere, or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards, they don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe if she had told me about it, I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she would have faced it alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at that very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had given a chance to the Research Institute thing back then? And the amount just increased 3-fold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today, I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here. You're alive, you're here. I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can't apologize to you right now. Joel? Lenore, she's... She's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition all these years. She didn't have to face it alone, though. If only So, let's celebrate her life and achievements! If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together. Together? Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is try to lighten up. Even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though. Did she really start to complain about chest pain shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back about before you left. Back then, we thought it was just acid reflux or something. God, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that, sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know. We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so... Let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So, how did you find me exactly? Well, have you heard of a message board called Dangiri? I have, yeah. Well, truth is that I visit it from time to time. And the other day I read a thread that discussed a bar. And the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Okay, I see. Are you mad? No, not mad, more like dumbfounded. Hey, Joe, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Well... Back then, I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't even know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then my became our future and she started talking about marriage. You were going to get married? I don't think we ever took it seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. But the thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her, but I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we gotten married? Why did she suddenly decide to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me. But what about my freedom? My say in the matter? So that's where you stopped loving Lenore. Well, I don't think it's very fair to say that she stopped loving her. She just... No! I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurts so much. But you have to understand. I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate. Just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order. Regroup myself. Think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led to the two of you fighting, huh? You know what? The word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her argument about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. It could have been avoided if I had just kept a cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. Eh? I I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her to the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept her cool. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional right now. I should have kept a cool head instead of like... Oh my god, this is terrible. I'm getting waterworks right now. Ew. Like, it started out as just like me adding like a... It started out as me just like pretending, like adding like a cry effect to Jill's whatchamacallit, because I thought that would have been more impactful, but it's actually starting to get to me too. Ease. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself so much into her. Something like that. Lenore. We are quite the hotheads. You, me, my sis. You were supposed to be the mature one, you know. Play your role Play your role correctly. But why didn't you come back, Joel? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? Well, my sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I come up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know. Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again, and it feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and my sister were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. And like I said, berating myself over those past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah, she was an amazing person. Eh? Mourning is fine and all, but we should all be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long. She told you that all the time. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then! So, let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? Where's the stopwatch? Oh, I just changed the whatchamacallit. So, let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? It can be soft. Don't worry, trust me. Let's make something to toast Gabby with, preferably something sweet. Let's get her a sweet soft drink. One last mistake for the series, huh? Sweet. By flavor, we'll go with the Blue Fairy. Blue Fairy is girly, sweet, and soft. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 F. All aged and mixed. 1, 2, stop. Let's serve. Grab this for a sec. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now, as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure that little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey! Want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me. Say it to her. That's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis? Sis, you idiot! Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot! Idiot! I always told you everything! Wasn't I enough, you idiotic idiot? Hey, Joe, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead, that you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise me you won't fight? I can't do that. Eh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash in some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult! Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said? That you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Jill? Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore, faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers! Cheers! So, about this drink, can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here and now. Right. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you beer once as a prank? Oh yeah, that. It was April Fool's. I should have known better than when she offered me apple soda. Actually, this New Year's I had it was like this hard alcohol. It wasn't hard alcohol. It had the same alcohol. It had the same alcohol content as beer, but it was like this apple cider stuff. It was like apple juice sorta, except a little bit stronger. It didn't have a very strong alcoholic taste to it, and I only had 2, so I didn't get drunk. So I was like, you know what, because like I've said before, I guess I'm breaking the pace of the commentary. I can say this later. It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum in the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know that you got my drink that time? Huh? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. Okay, well. And as a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad days later. It seems like they had a very, interesting relationship. She said, "So, do you like eating me for lunch?" I find that to be kind of funny. I'm normally I'm not into that type of humor, but Joel? I'll tell you when you're older. Or never at all. Hey, Gabby, do your parents know why you're here? Know you're here? I think I'm out of Claire's, actually. Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. And this Claire knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course, how could she cover up for me otherwise? True. Will you go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Claire doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough. At least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep, he opened a second branch last year. So he's looking to expand? I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has almost no bakeries. I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, "I knew it! I fucking knew you were a lesbian! Mark 1 for daddy!" I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old or so. Dad said sis is into girls. The acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle was still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Oh, man. Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as the said one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society and her circle of friends. A lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sister's side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did it because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends is worth more than her own daughter. How did she react to her death? Dunno. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think. Did you two fight too? No, she just hasn't showed up. You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Let's see, orange. Let's see, orange. Let's see, who's orange? Orange is Rachiba orange? Huh? I thought there was going to be a party here. No, okay, no, that's right. Orange is Oma. So, let's see. Huh? I thought there was going to be a party here. Oma, over here. Party? A small New Year celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't want a kid to burden. Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get a cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in? If you don't mind me. Great. Hey, Oma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce you to. VA-11 Holiday Cyberpunk Bartender Action. Staff. Writer, Fernando Damas. Iron Clark. Programmer, also Fernando. Character design and game art, Christopher Ortiz. Kiridin51. User interface, also Christopher. Game design, Fernando Damas and Christopher Ortiz. Original concept by Fernando and Christopher. It was just a two-man team, by the way. Like I've said before, so... sound was done by someone else, I believe, though. Music was by Michael Kelly. That's right. I forgot about that. And SFX was by... why am I reading that? I don't know. IMBA Interactive Julio Acosta. I think you can tell how much I like the series. Additional SFX was from freesound.org and soundstamp.com. I think you can tell how much I really like this game by the fact that I'm taking the time to actually read all the whatchamacallit. Like, normally, quality assurance, copy editing and proof by Cassandra Ka, Chris Kors, Brian Quick, game testing by Cassandra Ka, Chris Gorhiz, Christophe Ortiz, Andrea Ortiz, and Brian Quick. Normally, I would do like a 2-minute pause and then pop back. Like I'd be like, thanks for watching, then do a 2-minute pause and then I'd come back in the middle of the credits. But this since this is an indie game, such a small team, that wouldn't really work because we're almost finished. Ysbryd Games director Brian Quick, Business Cat Cassandra Ka, community management Chris Gortiz. Special thanks to Ysbryd Games, itch.io, Miguel Agudelo, everyone who pre-ordered, you right there. Mom, Dad, family, and friends, thank you all for the support. This is for you. Yeah, but since this was done by such a small indie thing, I didn't do it. Made in Game Maker Studio by Yo-Yo Games. Oh, I didn't know this was made in Game Maker. Prologue version made by RenPy by Python and Dynamic Textbook Engine Caleb Pandrum. So yeah, the Dynamic Textbook. So there's two types of published by Ysbryd Games. There's two types of textings for published by Ysbryd Games for visual novel. Visual novel types. I'm gonna look it up. Types. Did you have fun? Yes, I did. I want to get quiet for a bit to set the atmosphere. ADV versus 80J, is that the other one? Yep. Oh, okay. Yep. I also got to meet a cat boomer. Where did your box hug you? Where did your box hug you, though? Was she purple? I can't tell who's who. She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. You're right. Good night, Joel. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. Copyright 2016, Sukeban Games. Gracias, peluche. Yep. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we still have our endings to go, but yeah. I can't believe it. It's freaking over. Ooh, I actually... I can't believe it. Like, I actually started tearing up during the exchange between Gabby and Jill. Like I said, like it wasn't like I was like trying to make her sound Friday, January 15th, trying to make her sound sad, like because I thought that would have been dramatic, but then I actually started like getting really sad myself. So yeah, okay, so it's not out advancing good. So yeah, the guy had a fancy about the woman castrating him. I tried for an hour to convince him it's a bad idea, and I finally got to him. We finally moved to the bedroom, and it turns out the guy has a weird implant where his testicles should be. It's basically a removable ball sack. I suppose the guy really liked that fantasy and maybe made sure he could live it out properly. That's kind of weird. I have to say, it's kind of weird going straight into that right after the super dramatic ending that we had, but sure, whatever.
I once saw a girl at the hospital in the emergency room after having been castrated to fulfill her fantasy. I wonder if it's the same guy.
I have enough problems with just one, you know. Just one what? We're just listening to one of your anecdotes. You told me about the Neo Tijuana thing, and now this. Don't you have a more subdued story?
Come on, Joel, you're an adult. You can take that much.
Shut up. Well, last time I spoke with my mom, I asked her the story of her daughter. Turns out her name was Anna. Oh. Huh.
And now you'll pretend it's a surprise?
Quiet, you. Oh. She fought against a nanomachine rejection for most of her life. She even lost a girlfriend she made in the hospital to that same sickness. Apparently, sometime after she got out of treatment, a truck hit her and killed her. But even then, she was amazing. She was? Yeah, she kept up her studies while still in the hospital. She was a self-taught honor student. Not only that, but she also ranked among the top 5 candidates in at least 3 college admission exams. She also played the piano and guitar.
Well, being confined to a room does that, I guess.
I mean, fully able-bodied people can barely do half of that. But she practically accomplished all that by herself. And she also beat nanomachine rejection, a disease that only 2% of humans suffer, and even less survive. It took a trucking trip to take her down. She was great, and to think I'm sort of like her sister.
Silly Becky.
Honey, did you say something? I did not. Weird, I swear I heard somebody call me Silly Becky. Come again? It's not uncommon for me to hear stuff from far away and think I've heard it nearby, but you're the only one nearby that knows my real name, so it's weird. Oh well, as I was saying, the ballsack guy. Sunday, August 27th. I guess this is where we part ways, huh? Sadly, I'm bound to this city. I can only falsify my identity effectively around here. I really want to thank you, Chief, for this second chance you gave me. If we ever cross paths again, And now for something completely different. I think I'm not playing in full screen, so I can't see the Windows Explorer bar covers up like the bottom of the screen, so I can't read all the achievements. Gil, we're leaving for like a week and a half or something. Don't be so dramatic. But And you're taking care of my apartment. We will cross paths because I live there. The time you spend setting up a useless farewell could be used asking me things about the place. Like, where the switches and valves are. But I already know. They're in that control panel you made. But I like talking about that control panel. I'm proud of it. Speaking of obsessive likes, Jill, stop calling Armitage. She'll take care of your four-ball just fine. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about me. I've never been away from 4 this long. I don't know what I'll do. You'll do just fine. You did pretty well for at least 25 years before finding him. Yes, but we're leaving! Oh yeah, before I forget. I left you a box of condoms in the first drawer on the desk, Gil. You what? You what? Hey, if he wants to bring his new girlfriend or whatever here, I want him to be ready. Oh, but just one condition. If you're gonna fuck like rabbits, stay away from my room. I have too many pics of my Immortal there, and I don't want their both eyes soiled. Imoto, by the way. Imoto is, a little sister. Is your little sister. Typically speaking, if you're referring to, like, your own little sister, well, it's kind of weird in the way that it is in Japanese, because there's, like, words that you use when you're referring to somebody else's sister, and words that you're using to your own, words referring to your own sister when talking to somebody else, your own little sister when talking to somebody else. So, imoto. So if you're talking about someone's little sister, you might say, imoto-san. But if you're talking about your own little sister, you would say, no, that's what we, okay, hold on. Yeah, you just say imoto. Okay, for some, because like, it's different, because like older brother and older sister have like their two separate words, but actually little younger brother and younger sister do not, unless I'm just randomly forgetting the words out of nowhere. Imo who? Little sister. Then just say little sister. Yeah, whatever. First stop, Panama. That's where Nirvana is. Here. Please come again. Here, you can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen or bar will let you start from the day one while keeping your items and money. Thanks for playing. Wait, did I only get like 2 endings? Huh. I guess we'll save over slot 2, it looks like. New game plus. Alright. Yeah, I only got like 2 endings. Like, Suppleted said basically that, like at the rate that I was going, I was gonna get like 3 or 4 endings. Huh. I did everything, I thought! Like, I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to get, whatchamacallit's ending. I wasn't gonna be able to get, why am I just randomly forgetting it? That happens all the time. I knew that I wasn't going to get, why do I keep saying Betty? Let's see. I knew that I was not going to get, why am I just randomly forgetting names here? This is silly. Load over slot 4. I knew that I was gonna forget Kirakiri Miki's whatchamacallit. I knew that I wasn't gonna get hers, but like I thought that I was gonna get everyone else's. So I only got Dorothy's ending, and I guess just like the regular ending, I suppose. Oh well, I mean, it is what it is. I guess I can get them on like a future playthrough. Maybe you have to play the game more than once to get to unlock certain endings. Is that how they encourage replay? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, though, yeah. That has been VA-11 Holy Cyberpunk Bartender action, ladies and gentlemen. It was a fun series to do. I really enjoyed it. I don't really know what else to say. Like, it was fun. And yeah, I like I said at the beginning of the series, I was kind of worried that it was going to end up being, like, the reason, like, I was curious about playing it, I wanted to do a series on it, but I was kind of worried that it was going to end up being, like, a Diner Dash game or something, like, where it was, like, it was this endless, like, an endless type game that might have had, like, an overall backstory, but, like, it didn't have an ending to it, and it did, and everything, so that's why I decided to play it, and I thought it was going to be interesting, I thought that I was going to like it, but I did not know that I was going to like it this much. Like, it was, like, this has legitimately been my favorite series that I've done on the channel, and I'm sure that I'll do other series in the future that might top this one, but as for now, this one's definitely going to go in the history books, I think. I hope that you guys did too. I know that quite a few of you have, and I know that because of this series, I know that several people have bought the game because of this series. So I'm glad that I did that, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say. So next week, or not next week, I guess this is the Monday episode. So starting Wednesday, we'll be doing my Mega Breaks with. I have the game planned out for that, and then after that, we'll be starting my next series, which it might surprise you, it might not, because, like I said, it could be Shantae Half Genie Hero, or it could be something else. I could throw a curveball at you. Who knows? But whatever the case may be, I guess it's time to end things off here. So it's time to do the end of the series outro that I always mess up every time that I do it. Here we are. So, if you are going to watch anything else that I do, whether it be Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, my Mega Breaks with my next Monday, Wednesday, Friday series, whatever the case may be, well, bye for now. And if you only came for VA-11 Hole Cyberpunk Bartender action, and that's it, and now that this series is done, you're going to go off and watch maybe another playthrough by somebody else, or maybe just go back to your other subscriptions or whatever, that's fine, and thanks for watching, and without further ado, for the last time for this series, ladies and gentlemen, this is MegaShadowFist signing out. Bye.